This story is brought to us from Fox8.com. Out of Akron, Ohio. Now, I think I did I know I did an editorial on this. The shooting of Jayland Walker. And a lot of people are very, very upset with the police and the city over the shooting of Jayland Walker. But something else is going on with this story. Amanda Bryant admits to being nosy. You know what? When it comes to law enforcement, Amanda, all of us are nosy. So when the police were in her neighborhood for a disturbance Monday, she looked out her window and said she was surprised by what she saw. 2 officers were returning to their patrol car carrying a Justice for Jayland sign that had been taped to a utility pole across the street. She's quoted as saying, "I mean, just as fast as it could happen, it happened. He pulled out, I don't know if it was a box cutter or a little pocket blade that you keep on your side. He started slicing it down. So I grabbed my phone and I'm like, wait a minute, what is he doing?" Now, her home video was posted to social media where it's been seen hundreds of times.
A video lasting just seconds has created a social media firestorm and heartache.
It wasn't hurting anything, so why?
Amanda Bryant grabbed her cell phone Monday afternoon when she says she saw an Akron police officer use a box cutter to cut down a Justice for Jayland Walker sign from a pole at the corner of McKinley and Hudson.
They put it in their car and they left.
She posted the video to Facebook and TikTok, generating a lot of views.
I just thought that I'd bring a little awareness to, is it a guilty conscience? Is it just out of spite?
Walker, of course, was shot while running from the police in June after a chase in which police believe a shot was fired at them from his car. So all around town, they've placed these Justice for Jayland Walker signs or Justice for Jayland signs all on these different utility poles and different posts. Terry Riddle, who never knew Walker but was so moved by the incident that he felt he needed to do something. So what Terry Riddle did was he went around town himself and put up a bunch of Justice for Jayland signs. Now they're saying Terry Riddle died just before Thanksgiving after putting up about 300 signs. His daughter Autumn says she had been going around the city picking up the remnants of the signs that had been defaced or cut down. Autumn Riddle said, "We thought signs were being removed by kids in the neighborhood, just little people who wanted to start drama." To know that he spent his last days coming out and putting up posters just to have them come and tear them down for no reason at all is kind of petty. She said, "I think it's petty."
My heart broke. I cried.
Autumn Riddle says her dad, Terry, made the sign.
From day one. My dad had a mission from day one.
Terry Riddle died of lung cancer just before Thanksgiving. Autumn says Terry lost a lot of sleep over the deadly shooting of Jayland Walker in June by 8 Akron police officers.
Now, the city of Akron does have an ordinance addressing illegal signs as a nuisance compliance division that takes down signs that are in violation. We kind of have the same thing here locally. You know, these yard sale signs. Hey, yard sale over here, or house for sale, or whatever. And they go around. We have a code enforcement that goes around and they pull the signs off the telephone poles if they've been there forever. Like, yard sale this Saturday, December 4th. And maybe it's January 5th. And they take the signs down. So we kind of have the same thing there. But the interesting story here is when Autumn Riddle, who filed a formal complaint with the Akron police, says this: "You can drive all around Akron, even Brown Street right here, and there we buy houses, we buy cars, or power washing signs." She said, "So I think it's funny that only Justice for Jayland signs are being taken down." And therein is the problem, and that's kind of what bugs me. Are they just taking down the Justice for Jayland signs? Or are they taking down any signs that have been there for a while that they say, you know, these need to come down now? It's a good question. I don't know because I don't live there or what have you, but that's something maybe somebody in Akron, Ohio can look into. That how far is Akron from Hamilton, Ohio? Who's now Ohio? We need you to get over to Akron. Did you look that up? But that's a good question, right? How many of the other signs are being taken down versus the Justice for Jayland signs? Now, there's a statement here by the city. It's actually the Nuisance Compliance Division. Well, I think the police department is a nuisance. They need nuisance compliance needs to go to the police department. Look at that nuisance. But they made a statement. The Nuisance Compliance Office investigates complaints and removes illegal signage from the public right-of-way. Posting of any signs or notices on the tree, lawn, devil strip, median, expressway, fencing, utility poles, traffic control boxes, or any location within a public street is strictly prohibited. This includes real estate signs, open house signs, yard sale signs, auction signs, banners, political signs, or any advertising material. No person shall place, post, or affix any notice, poster, or other paper device in the public right-of-way or to any lamp post, public utility pole, public structure, or tree in the public right-of-way, except as may be authorized or required by law. Violators of this section are guilty of a misdemeanor and subject to a fine equivalent to the cost of removal of any items, which shall not be less than $500. So the question then again remains, okay, they put this up. Hey, you can't do that. You can't put these signs up in the right of way and all these trees and light poles and stuff. But how many Jayland Walker signs are being removed as opposed to how many other signs, yard sale, real estate, auction, like they say here? Are they going around and just taking all the signs down, or are they just going, leave that one up for a day or two, it's a real estate sign? I bet when they put vote for mayor, da-da-ding in the elections, I bet they leave those signs up. But they don't take those signs down. Vote for mayor. No, don't take those down, do they? But to put a Jayland for Justice sign up in the cops, take that down. Kind of reminds me of this city locally when a young teenage girl held a sign that said Justice for George Floyd. And a group of white folks from here in town, I say white folks because all of them were white, Caucasian people in that crowd, decided to cause trouble for the little teenage girl, just holding a Justice for George. That's all she was doing. And they said, not in our town. They're called Blue Line Supporter Communities. Remember that.